No, I'll tell you because...
See, I told you.
No, give me 1 second.
It has to be regulated. I'm not going to talk without regulation.
Okay, no.
I know him, he will not answer questions.
He's got a crowd and I don't.
Look,
and that's what
who is a crowd, bro? Okay, he's not going to let me speak. Look, he's still... Now, if we're going to have a discussion, then I prefer to have a discussion by asking and pinning him down on the question. Because I spoke to him many times, he doesn't know answer questions. Understand? So now, I'm happy because you challenge from the brothers here to show this person that he doesn't know what he's talking about, on a condition that let us have a discussion one-to-one. I hope when I notice every time I show him when he's wrong, you know what I'm doing? Look the people. He starts entertaining the people more than I do. I don't do it.
None of that.
So none of that, alhamdulillah.
None of that, alhamdulillah. Who's got a timer?
Timer.
Who's got a timer?
Khalas, can I speak now?
Regulation. No, timer and regulation.
So how much time do you lot
I'm
want?
not speaking.
No, there's no timer, brother. We're gonna ask him a question. Then he has to answer my question. Then he asks me a question. A timer, do you know what a timer does? Timer, do you know what timer does? Timer, you give him 2 minutes. He will speak about something that has nothing to do with the subject. Understand? So if he's on,
why is he worried?
Anyway, my brothers, leave him. Khalas. There's no point. It's not entertainment. I'm not.
It's a regulation.
No, you know, I told you why. I'm not worried about.
You were worried.
I just clarified
a
myself.
minute long. Why would you?
You entertain him now. You're speaking to him.
I'm speaking to you.
No, you want to talk. You see? Anyway, the point here is that I know this timer thing. I've been here at Speakerscorner since 2005. I know the people tactics. You give him a time, 2 minutes, he will go off topic and forgot my question. But when we speak conversation, I will pin him down on the question and I will not let him tell me his life story.
Shamsi and Ahmed, can you lot, Mufalik, the whole world's watching us here, give each other time to finish and give each other time to answer the question?
Yes.
Respectfully.
I will.
Are you?
It has
to.
I will.
Yes. Bro, are you willing?
It has to be regulated. No human being.
All right, we're going to moderate it. Come on.
You moderating?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
moderate. If you moderate, if he oppresses him, you tell him, and if he oppresses him, you tell him. And if somebody goes off topic, don't let nobody from the crowd. You say that you're going off topic. Stick to the question.
Was Mo here today?
Who's Mo?
My boy.
I don't know Modin, akhi. Modin is Majnoon. How's your boy?
All I need.
How you follow someone Majnoon?
All I need is 1 minute each. We don't need to go further than a minute. And secondly, like he said, if I go off topic, you can stop me. So that excuse is for the birds. I'm not going to go off topic.
Khalas, let's go. 1 minute you need?
So as long as it's regulated, no problem.
You got to regulate it.
And notice he said he's going to pin me down. He wants me to answer his questions.
The
same goes to him.
Yes.
I want my questions answered.
Yes.
No problem.
Vice versa. So now that we're going to lay down a foundation. Okay, start.
Okay, cool. I start. Okay. The claim here, the argument here, is that Hadith and Quran go hand in hand, or Sunnah and Quran go hand in hand. That is the claim. The substantiation of that claim is on the claimant, not on myself. So over to you.
Okay.
Just in a minute.
Now, before we have any discussion, I have to say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah. So, we have to lay down a foundation. Because he doesn't not accept the Sunnah of the Nabi alayhi salam, so he accepts the Quran. Okay? And now we're going to utilize the Quran. He's going to use translation. Okay? And now we know translation is not the Quran, is translating the meaning of the Quran. Correct?
No.
Go back to the Quran Arabic, that's the Asl, yes? Okay, now the Quran, so now logically speaking now, his translation of the Quran,
5 seconds.
Wait, brother, he's interrupting now. No, it's what time? It's interrupting. No, it's interrupting. Yes, interrupting. Okay. Now, logic. When I establish that, so logic dictates the Quran English translation cannot be criteria.
Conversation's done. A minute was the deal. Stand on the deal, goddammit.
He's scared. That's why. He's scared. That's what he's doing. He's scared. You know why? No, he's scared. Who's cutting me?
A deal is a deal.
But he was cutting me. So therefore,
a minute was the deal.
So what is your criteria over the Quran?
Was a minute was the deal or no?
You get a minute, 10 seconds.
Interrupted. Brother, interrupted.
A minute is a minute, bro.
Okay, you went over.
He's scared. He's scared.
So you didn't agree to a timer.
Again.
I didn't agree to a timer anyway. I didn't agree. I didn't agree to a timer. Yeah, I
We
did.
don't have a discussion then.
No, I said you can take 1 minute speak, but I don't agree.
You don't agree.
I said you can take 1 minute speak, but I agree.
Alright. You went over by 3 seconds.
Anyway.
Agree.
So 1 minute. You have 1 minute, 5 seconds then.
I don't think you understand.
Alright, you have 1 minute, 10 seconds.
I don't want 1 minute, 10 seconds. I just want you to to stick to the rules.
He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to Khalid. He doesn't want to talk. I'm going to talk to my Muslim brothers. My Muslim brothers. This Quran is. I'm not here. You run away. You're scared. You can say. Anyway. My brother Khalid.
Wallahi, you're being a coward right now.
Barakallah.
Barakallah. 3 seconds. Why you
interrupted as well. Khalid, you interrupted.
I know.
This is a joke.
3 seconds. You didn't even finish.
Is that over a minute? Is it over a minute?
Let's not argue.
Is it over a minute?
Brother.
Is it over a minute?
Calm down.
1 minute. Is it over a minute?
No, brother.
I'm asking you a question.
Ask him this.
Is it over a minute?
How much did he go over?
Answer my question.
3 seconds.
I don't want it.
And when did he cut him?
I don't
5
want it.
seconds.
I didn't cut him.
You owe him 2 seconds.
You owe me 2 seconds.
You owe him 2 seconds.
What are you going to do in 2 seconds?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do.
He's wrong.
But you say I'm wrong.
Reminder is not interruption.
Anyway.
You can't be fair.
1 minute. 1 minute. Don't run.
But he said he doesn't agree. So do you agree now? We'll start again.
Okay.
Do you agree on a minute?
Okay, 1 minute, no problem.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Do you agree?
1 minute, 10 seconds, yes.
Okay, cool.
1 minute. No, give it 2 minutes because I have to give it 2
Give him
minutes.
2 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
I just want a minute.
Okay, give him a minute.
A minute. Do you understand? Not a
Give it
minute
10
and a
seconds.
second.
You got a minute 10.
A minute.
All right, minute.
A minute.
Alright, go on, my brother. Give him a minute.
It's just waste of time.
Cool. We'll start again. We'll start again. Okay.
So,
Okay.
ask question and answer it.
Wait. Okay. Remember the question. The question was very simple. The claim is that Sunnah goes with the Quran. They go hand in hand. That is the claim. The substantiation of that claim goes upon the claimant, not myself. I am not the claimant. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? So with that being said, what we're not going to do is we're not going to play guesswork about, oh, this is what he's going to do. He's going to rely on this relation. He's going to rely on that relation. You cannot speak about this translation. You cannot speak about what I'm going to do in the future when I have not said so so far. The only thing we have at hand here is that you've made a claim and you need to prove that claim. That's it. That's the only question here.
You're finished.
I want my question. 10 seconds. Remember this. He said he doesn't ask. I don't answer his questions. I want my question answered.
5 seconds.
Done.
There's no claim. There's no question here as well. It's I make a claim. No, you making a claim. No, you making a claim too. The claim you making that we should not follow Sunnah. We should not follow the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I'm not making that claim.
You making the claim.
No, I'm not.
Should we follow the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
I'm not making that claim.
Should we follow? No, watch. Should we follow the Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Should we follow the Messenger of Allah? You see, Akhi? Because now he's making a claim we only follow Allah, which is the Quran. Because if he's saying this, the Messenger of Allah also the Quran, that's a disbelief. Because the speech of the Messenger of Allah is not in the Quran. The only speech in the Quran is the speech of Allah. So are you making the claim we should not follow the Messenger of Allah?
Answer it.
He's got 20.
He's giving up his time.
I'm giving you my time. I'm giving my time. Go on, answer my question.
Your minute.
Okay.
Your minute is right now. Go.
Okay.
Fadlan.
See, what I do is, as far as I'm concerned, words have definitions. You cannot apply whatever you want to words. The definition of a messenger is one who delivers a message. That is the definition of a messenger. The message the messenger has delivered is called the Quran. That is that. So this notion that you need to follow the individual that had the title the messenger is a claim itself which needs to be substantiated by those that make that claim, not myself. As far as the Quran is concerned, the only duty, word for word statement from the Quran, the only duty upon the messenger is not but a clear notification of the message. That's a direct quote from the Quran. Over to you.
First of all, that is a translation again. That is not the Quran. Quran was even in Arabic. Okay, so he's making the claim that the messenger job only to convey the message as a postman, to give you the letter. He's saying we should not follow the messenger of Allah. He's making the claim as well, but it's playing around. So now my question to you clearly, are you making the claim we have to only follow the Quran? Are you making that claim, yes or no?
That's what the Quran says.
Okay, show me when the Quran says only follow the Quran.
You've done?
Yes, yes.
You can pause it now.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, pause it.
Yeah, I'll give you time, because you're making a claim now.
Finish it, listen a minute.
Okay,
Please, my brother.
only for the Quran, Allah said.
The only duty of the messenger is but the clear notification of the message. That's it.
Where does it say? No. I said my question.
Are
No,
you done?
my brother has not answered my question. I didn't ask him. My question was precise. Where does it say in the Quran only follow, not the message, because the message consists the Quran, the Sunnah. That is wait. My question now to you before I approve the claim. Where does it say in the Quran only follow the Quran? That's my question.
Okay. Well, it does not need to say only. The Quran. No. It does not.
People, please, brothers.
It does not need to say only, because the term only assumes that there is more than the Quran. So that assumption needs to be substantiated by yourself for assuming that it needs to dictate only. The word that we have here is message. If we're going to assume that the message is more than the Quran, you have to provide evidence for that. You cannot just insist it. What he's trying to do now is he's trying to insist it. And you heard him say himself right now. He said the message includes the Sunnah. I want that claim substantiated.
That's my time now.
He's running around.
We prayed already, brother.
Go ahead.
No. Brother, clearly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran. No translation, because when he's going to bring translation, I'm going to ask him why you have to accept your translation, no translation Muhsin Khan. Okay? Why not the same Sahaba? Allah sent the Quran. Allah has given the commandments. Okay? ما كان لمؤمن ولا لمؤمنة إذا قضى الله ورسوله أمرا. It's not befitting for a believer. And today we're going to see who is a true believer and who is a disbeliever in Allah and His Messenger ﷺ. Allah said the true believer is not befitting for the true believer if Allah decreed something and the Messenger decreed something. But if Allah decreed something, the Messenger is not in need of to legislate, not the Messenger to convey it, not to decree. So Allah said, if Allah decrees something and the Messenger decrees something, they go look for another opinion. So here Allah mentioned two things. So when Allah decrees something, where is it? The Quran. When the Messenger decrees something, if he says in the Quran, that's disbelief. That's my proof.
Okay. I have found two people who apply the same tactics when it comes to the Quran. I have found two people that apply the same tactics when it comes to the Quran. The right-wing people and the Salafis. They both apply the same tactics when it comes to the Quran. Namely, what they do is they isolate a verse and they detach it from its context and they attach whatever narrative they wish to that isolated verse. Now, the verse that he brought up, I think, is in 464, if I remember correctly.
In Surah Ahzab.
Or is it Ahzab? Okay, fine. We can look at the context of that.
No, you made a claim and guess me. You're sure?
No, I thought you went for the usual 464.
Just for the record, I don't accept translation.
I'm not done. I thought he went for the usual 464, but at the end of the day, once he gets to his turn, I'm sure he will give us the
10 seconds.
The chapter and verse that he's referring to, and then we can look at the context. So without context, we cannot know what that verse is referring to.
Shamsi, your turn.
Brothers and for my brothers and sisters who are watching, clearly this man, he has. I'm speaking, it's not time now. I can say whatever I like. I'm saying you have no proofs of you. So again, remember my statement. He will rely on a translation of someone. So he's going to trust someone, but he will not trust the Messenger of Allah explaining the Quran or the companions. Okay, remember this. Bearing this in mind. Now, Surah Ahzab, Allah mentioned only Surah Ahzab. He said, all the wife of the Prophet recite what? The ayat and the hikmah. The verses, the hikmah. What is the hikmah? Wisdom. But what's wisdom? Because if the Quran is a wisdom too. But what is the wisdom here? As the Muslim scholars mentioned, the Sahaba, Ibn Abbas, which is the Messenger of Allah's companion, he said is a sunnah. Likewise Qatada. Now, if he said other than that, therefore, I would tell him this is a translation, so I will go for translation and leave off Ibn Abbas, who Prophet Muhammad praised and Allah praised in the Quran.
Okay, it's my turn. First and foremost, he keeps on saying that I'm translation this. I don't remember actually quoting a single translation, so I don't even know why he's saying that. Secondly, Arabic is not a myth. There is dictionaries. You can research this. I can look at every single root word that is used in the Quran and I can find out what it means. It's not that difficult. And thirdly, what's it called again? Arabic is not limited to who he refers to as Ibn Abbas. Arabic is something spoken by a lot of people at that time. You understand what I'm saying to you? So every single word, I can look it up and I can find out its definition. So I don't know why he keeps using the translation. And as for pause it, man. And as for
No, you should not pause it. Carry on.
Why are you lot all talking?
No, I don't have to listen to you.
And as for, what's the other claim that he made? What's the other claim that he made? Over to you. I can't even remember.
Okay, I'm going to leave it. How long am I going to stay here? I'm clearly arguing that, akhwa. These verse in the Quran.
Can we move away? Because that one.
That's good, yeah. Come on. Are you going to accept the truth after I clarify that to you?
The truth is not your forte. Stop being so arrogant. Like,
because you're not answering. Everyone see, when I made the claim, I prove Quran with the Quran. He's making a claim without Quran, nothing. He just keeps talking. Akhi, wait, 1 minute, please.
Can I just say something?
No.
Arabic language in Arabic and the Quran is different. Same like English and Latin is different.
That's true. That's true. So I hope.
Follow you. Give us.
Akhwa, my brothers. No, I'm not gonna stay here for this guy. Just keep speaking to me like a normal conversation.
Okay, so basically, did you hear what he just said? He don't want to continue this.
I didn't say that, no.
So what do you mean? You're gonna say something and run?
I'm making claims you haven't refuted. I said in the Quran, Allah, she's gonna follow us. This is shaitan. Can you go off there, man? Wallahi.
Read the Kursi to keep her away.
No, you can't just upload it half.
No, my one. No, you got your one.
Yeah, but don't upload it with half, because you know people watching without clarifying.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna upload the whole thing. I'm not even gonna edit it.
Yeah, but we haven't finished, because remember you have to upload that this person he has no proof of him. I gave him proof, no problem.
Well, I have to go.
But you shouldn't upload all of it then. You have to put out a video. Okay. I said in the Quran, brothers and sisters who are watching.
Where's the timer, bro?
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Listen, you gotta move. Yeah.
Where you going?
Okay, so now.
No. Who's the arbitrator?
I'm not the arbitrator.
Okay, I'll be honest.
You come.
I'll be honest with you.
Do the watch thing.
You're the only one I feel comfortable with
stranger?
arbitrating, bro.
Am I a stranger?
I don't remember you from anywhere, so.
There you go. I can be the arbitrator.
Yeah, but I don't remember you from anywhere, so by definition you'd be a stranger.
There you go. There you go. A stranger.
Anyway, brothers.
Are you prepared to be an arbitrator? Because I know this is gonna get disrespectful. It's gonna make.
Anyway,
it
take care of
personal.
yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay, we live in. Anyway, we already finished you. Bringing the verse in the Quran, brother. Akhi. Be honest, akhi.
Brother, stop patting your own back.
Brothers, I made the claim. What did I do? I brought proof.
Yes.
He made the claim, no proof.
A stranger doesn't take sides.
Okay, whatever that means.
A stranger doesn't take sides.
That's true, because he's stranger. He has no bias, basically. He's stranger.
Yeah, he could still have a bias.
But he's stranger, doesn't know me, doesn't know you.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it. But his bias could be that he holds.
He already has a few already. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Maybe see, alhamdulillah.
I'm not gonna design. Hey, Shamsi, bro, will you please stop being personal? Is that are you?
I'm not personal, Ahmed.
You are. This guy is this. This guy is that. Stick
topic. But I'm saying the friend to you. Ahmed, that's your opinion.
This guy is that. What are you doing?
Ahmed,
what is the topic?
Akhi, don't give. That's personal though. Because you are attacking me now because we are speaking. That's why you say, Shamsi, why is this, that, and that? That's personal as well.
No. I'm talking about what you're doing. You stop speaking about me. Deal with the subject.
But I'm debating you.
No. You're debating a subject.
So
you're debating a topic.
Does the topic speak for itself? Does the topic speak for itself?
No, the topic.
You're promoting the topic.
No, the topic.
Akhi, it's la'ib, man. Stop running.
Free from you and what you worship.
Yeah, I know what. I'm free from you. I'm free from you and what you worship, brother. I'll tell you, no, brother.
I knew he was gonna head that way.
Okay, but Akhi, please. Ahmed, I said, brother, please, brothers. I said in the Quran, brother, Allah said in the Quran, if Allah said it's not befitting, akhi, Allah said in the Quran, it's not befitting for a believer, male and female, if Allah decreed something or the messenger decreed something, to have another opinion. So Allah affirmed decree for who? For Allah and His messenger. So now, if the messenger of Allah, this verse, you don't even know where this verse is. And you start telling me, you took it out of context, you don't know what the verse, which surah, and you say I took it out of context. You accuse me of something. Huh?
You read a verse, by definition that's out of context.
No, it doesn't have to be context. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, is it out of context?
Oh my God, there's a stop there.
No, but is it out of context? If I say Allah is one.
It doesn't stop there.
No, if I say Allah is one, I will take it out of context.
You are. Should I tell you why?
So Allah's not one.
Because Allah it doesn't stop there. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allah.
Out of context means, wait,
You don't know what taking out of context.
you don't know what's taken out of context, it's a joke.
Contradiction.
Yeah.
Where is the contradiction?
Out of context means out of take him brother, you debate with him, take him brother, out of context, forget him, out of context. No, out of context mean when you took something, because if you carry on we refute your claim, we contradict. I'm speaking, not just wait. When you say, for example, wailul musallin, you say, leave this guy is not Muslim, brothers, leave him. He's not akhi. Wailul musallin, I'm taking it out of context if I stop there. Why? Because Allah explained what does he mean. But qul huwallahu ahad, if I say Allah is one, the claim qul huwallahu ahad, I'm not taking it out of context. My brothers, Quraniyun, they are the biggest enemies of Islam. You understand? Do you know why? They look how foolishness. They will not trust the companions or the messenger of Allah, but they will trust a Turkish translator who lives in America, because he doesn't know Arabic, he doesn't know nothing. So Allah said, decree something, they say, no, but the translation, the context.
As soon as he saw you,
leave him.
Let him.
Listen. Wait. Now, حبيبي اسمع. My brothers. No, Arabic language. Yes, sometimes some words has different meaning. Yes. Imagine now, for example. Example, salat.
You spoke verses, we follow the verses.
Salat also means what? Salah comes from sila, says from dua. So imagine someone says no, salat means sila. Another person says no, it's dua. So who should we follow now?
Don't get personal.
Even both will say we follow Nabi alayhi salatu wa salam. So you say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was not a postman. He was not a man that give you a letter and do your own thing. Explain the Quran the way you like. No. نعم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. With the huda ودين الحق, with guidance and religion. So Messenger of Allah never explained the Quran. He left it to who? To someone in the 21st century Speakerscorner to explain it to us. How disbelief is that? Alhamdulillah. He doesn't accept it. No, he doesn't accept it. He doesn't pray. He doesn't pray. You know he doesn't pray because he said salah means no, but there's salat.
How can you pray if he doesn't accept the hadith?
Yes, no, even some of them. No, Qur'ani, there's sects in Qur'anism. There's sects. Some of them they say. Yeah, some say we just do ruku and sujood. Okay, some of them. But the point. Akhi, brother, let me lay down this principle. Another verse, Allah said, He said, if you differ amongst yourself, refer it to Allah and His Messenger. Refer it to who? To Allah and His Messenger. So this commandment for everyone. But this guy used to defend Sunnah. When he started debating with Sarah and Kalam, akhi, they put doubt in his heart. Because they have no knowledge. This person never studied. We stop here. Subhanakallah bihamdik. He always, when I speak to him,
I believe he's seeking fame.
Yeah.
As long as you're here, he'll run away. So whatever he steps up,
أول ما شافك
You go your way, let me go.
that's true. Barakallah.